but I was fangirling because I looked her up and I was like, oh my God, this person's a legend.
Well, congratulations on your recurring role on Fantasy Island.
Thank you so much.
Not a bad place to shoot, Puerto Rico, right?
No, it was so good. I'd never been there before doing this job, and the second I got there, I was tan. I was living in a bikini. I loved it.
Now, what has it been like shooting in this beautiful environment, especially after, everyone knows you from The Walking Dead, kind of like
It
dreary. Now you're in this beautiful place.
it was complete opposite, but the funny thing is the characters were very alike. Like they're both like very depressed, hopeless characters, you know? So it was basically like my Walking Dead character went on a vacation. So I thought it was pretty good. I'm not complaining.
And what has it been like acting with like Rosalind Sanchez and the rest of the cast?
Oh my God, amazing. They're all so talented. Rosalind, I've been a fan of Rosalind for the longest time. And I think like the second or no, was it first episode? First episode I did like 2 weeks into shooting. I was like, I'm such a big fan of you. I just have to let you know. I was trying to hold it in for the longest time, and then I just word vomited straight at her.
And you're young, so were you aware of the original show, or did you have any inkling of what that show was about?
I knew it was a show before, and when I had told my dad that I got the job, all he said was the plane, the plane. So he was so excited about it, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but yay.
You came in on the second episode, and now you're an island resident so far.
I
So-
am. So far, I've got a little ski trip. Helene took a little ski trip, so she's gonna be gone for a second, and then she might be back.
Oh, interesting. So what was it like booking this role?
Oh, it was so good. It came at the perfect time. You know, it was one of those things that everything just felt like it fell into place, and I cry every time I book a role. I can't help it, and I cry every time I don't book a role. So either way, we're crying, but these were happy tears, and being able to go and be on the island and go back and forth was so nice.
Yeah, people don't realize as actors, you get rejected a lot,
Oh my
right?
God. I like no is like the first word in my vocabulary. I'm so used to getting that call and being like, sorry, it's not gonna work out. I'm like, are you breaking up with me every time?
Now, I watched the last episode, I think that aired, or at least within the last 2 weeks, and I was geeking out because you
Mhm.
got to work with Marie Osmond. You probably don't know, not too familiar with her, but I was geeking out in the 70s. Like she was my whole my whole world. I
Oh,
loved her.
she's so
So what
sweet.
was it
She's
like
such a
working
nice
with her?
person. It's so easy. She is such a sweet person, always smiling, always happy. Just like you wouldn't, I think if you didn't know who she was, you wouldn't assume that she was so big, you know, just because she's so grounded and so down to earth. So I feel really lucky to have been able to work with her.
Now, what did your dad say when you told him you were going to work with Marie Osmond?
So my dad's Egyptian. He didn't know who she was.
Oh,
And
okay.
then my mom is Mexican and she also didn't know who she was, but I was fangirling because I looked her up and I was like, "Oh my God, this person's a legend." And my dad was like, my dad doesn't know who anyone is. We had Jennifer Lopez come to our house one time, and my dad was like, he's like, "I don't know who this person." And we were selling our house and she came to come look at it. And she walks in and I told my dad, I was like, Jennifer Lopez is downstairs. And he's like, I don't know who that is. I was like, go take care of it. I was like, I can't, I'm freaking out.
How funny. Oh, I didn't know you had some Mexican blood in you. That's cool. Egyptian and
I
Mexican.
do.
That's so cool. That's a
Yeah,
cool
it's a
combo.
very eclectic mix.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
I was reading that up next, you're working on an Alex Garland film.
Oh, I did that. I actually went from Puerto Rico. I went to Atlanta and I shot the film for a couple days. It was a really small part, but I mean, Garland is legendary. So I was like, I'm just gonna, even if it's one line, even if it's zero lines, I want to work with this guy. So I went over there and I shot for a couple days, and oh my God, he is a force to be reckoned with. He's so good. I probably like top three directors that I've ever worked with.
Yeah, he's one of those directors if you get, because his films are so eclectic and not they're not mainstream, so it's very like,
No, definitely not. Yeah.
so yeah, I can see why booking just even the small part in this film
Yeah.
will be
I was
great.
like,
It's a great cast. Did you get to work with any of the Kristen Dunst?
I did. I actually, my scenes were with Kirsten Dunst, um, Kylie, forget her name, but the main cast, I worked with those four
All right.
in
Yeah.
my
Well,
scene.
Kaylee
Yeah.
Spanny actually booked.
Kaylee,
She's gonna
yeah.
be in she's gonna be in the next Alien film. She's gonna be the lead.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So she's gonna be chased by
Oh, that's
xenomorphs.
awesome.
What else do you have coming up?
I am doing a movie in June, and then I am currently working on an album right now that I will hopefully have released by the end of the year.
Oh, nice. Is this your first album or are you seasoned?
I've my first full-length album, I released an EP back during COVID. I was kind of just I spent the quarantine doing that.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna try and maybe push this one a little bit more than I did the last time around.
Now, what would be your ideal role, or what's that one thing that you're like waiting for or looking forward to?
Oh God. Yeah, I'll
Would it
take
be like a
anything at this
musical?
point.
A musical?
Uh, I love music and I love acting, but I mean I would do a musical if I got the opportunity to do it. But I'm not a dancer, and I feel like that takes a lot of dancing, and I have two left feet. So I don't think that it would go. I don't think it'd be very good for the box office if they had me in that. But like, but if anyone's like considering me, I can take dance lessons. So,
Well, don't lose hope. I've interviewed plenty of choreographers who said they've worked with plenty of people with left feet,
oh, that gives me hope. That's
that they work
great.
miracles. Because I've asked that question, like, how if you book
Yeah.
a talent who's really good at acting but really crappy at dancing,
Yeah,
how
it's
do you
like,
make it work? It's movie
yeah,
magic.
exactly. Movie magic. And you can edit scenes in a way that makes it look good. So,
Right, right. All right. Well, congratulations, and hope to see you more in the future.
thank you so much.
Thanks so much.